Yo, my dudes, what's going on? David here, and welcome to another reaction. This episode, we are diving into The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 10, called 18 Miles Out. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the series. Hopefully, you are having a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reactions over there. Episodes extra early over there as well. With that being said, buckle your seatbelts. Let's ride. What's going on? How did we get here? I wonder if this is one of those episodes that starts off here, then it goes to how they got here, and then it plays out later on at the end. Yeah, it is one of those episodes that starts off with the end, but then we eventually go back there.
Brother, if I could take it all back, I would. I want to check the ropes.
That was a touching moment, man. I didn't know that Rick was gonna do something like that. Oh, he's got headphones on? Ooh, that chicken does not look good.
Did Rick say anything to you about Glenn?
It's more than 18.
Right?
Yeah, I'm looking for a place.
Place for what?
Give him a fair shake.
A shot.
It's at 18 miles, man. Got a gut feeling they're gonna run into some trouble now. Oh, we're already here. Okay, so not the end of the episode. Middle of the episode. Oh, we're still fairly into the beginning of the episode. Wonder how shit goes crazy. Why shit goes crazy. Oh, shit. Car seat. You gonna eat it? The knife? She took the knife?
You give it to me, sweetheart. You don't want to do this.
Yo, we need to take better care of Beth. She cut herself? Maggie? Andrea?
You seen Maggie or Herschel?
Haven't seen Herschel, but I saw Maggie and Glenn walk by maybe 20 minutes ago.
Could you find her for me? I gotta get back to the house.
Of course.
We'll win, Rick, win.
That gunfire. That gunshot.
Chance to think about it.
Don't let
That's
him kill
where they
me.
come from.
Please don't. Shut up!
We're going back. It's a man's life. I need a night to think it through. You're gonna
What?
bring this piece of garbage. This piece of garbage. He shot at you, Rick. He ran with men who tried to kill you. You're gonna bring him back to where Lori sleeps?
Remember, there was a gunshot, man. There was a gunshot. Give me some walkers coming pretty soon. Damn, how many shots to the ribs can you take? They're making way too much noise. It sounds like you're breaking his skull when you punch him like that. I hear something walking. Oh, I hear something walking.
Doing this.
Oh, it's him. That's Rick. My man did a somersault coming out of there. Rick's hiding? Man, double head stomp her or something, man. Jump and stomp on her head.
Come on, bitch. Let's see what you got. Come on.
Oh yeah, you gonna play around? Oh, we're gonna shoot less, but I guess there are more than one of you. Oh no. Oh, too much weight. Too much weight. Come on, you point it down all the time anyways. Point it down one more time. Where's your knife? There we go. One by one. You want some of that? We got other matters, Rick.
What you expect me to do? Please just let me go, man. That's what you came here for. I'm not gonna tell anyone anything.
Shut up.
Rick's not leaving. He's gonna go get the car. Oh, she.
Sorry.
Ooh, she went the route. Ah. Oh, Lori is going to be upset with you, Andrea. Oh no, he lost a knife. Yeah, you know what would have sucked? If that shit was jammed. Oh, Andrea, to go the other way. Lori is going to be pissed, and Maggie.
I heard. Is she all right?
She would be if you had stayed with her. Where were you?
How bad is she?
Wasn't deep.
She wants to live. She made her decision.
Now what? What the fuck happened?
If you're gonna be with us, you gotta follow my lead. You gotta trust me.
What's it gonna be, Shane? You in or you out? Alrighty. Season 2, episode 10 of The Walking Dead. Interesting route, to say the least, for the direction that they were going with for this episode. I think it was still executed at a good pace, at least for the episode. I'll give it a 7-8 range. Interesting choice, but and what I mean by that is the fact that they were following Beth. We really don't get stories about Beth or any of the like side characters that aren't really as important. So I'm shocked that they did that. I think for the most part it was executed okay. Still a lot of questions, and I think throughout the show there will always be questions after every episode. You're gonna have questions after every episode. The interesting thing that I'm taking away from this is that I feel like there's always going to be someone who feels like suicide is the way out. Some people might say it's a cowardly way to do it. We don't know. We're not in the world they're in. You know what I mean? People were panicking over COVID. Could you imagine if there was a zombie apocalypse like this? I don't question the way people would act at all because of how I seen, you know, them act to lesser things. It doesn't shock me one bit. So for people to say like it's a cowardly way to go out, or obviously Maggie saying that to her, we're in a fucked up world. She is a teenager, it seems like, at least, in a world that has gone to shit. And I'm sorry, but she has lost too much family members, and she don't got fight in her left. You know what I mean? So it's one of those tricky things where, like, who do you side with? Obviously, you care about someone. You want them to live. You don't want to see them go through something like that. But at the same time, it's like Andrea said. Who are we to make that choice for them? Again, I'm talking the show. I know this is probably coming off very wrong. I'm talking the show, and I'm sure I'm just saying we're not in the situation. I, for one, would still be that person more on the Lori Maggie side, that I couldn't see someone go through with it. But I also can listen and understand where Andrea's coming from. You know what I mean? So I'm not coming off as like somebody that's like completely for it, go ahead and do it. I'm not. That would be the last thing I would do. I'm more so like, please don't do it. But I understand what Andrea's saying. It's hard. It's extremely hard. I don't think Andrea was in the right for, necessarily doing or telling Beth what she did before she walked out. But at the end of the day, Beth went for it, didn't, fully do it, and now she realizes she doesn't want to. It's a really screwed up way to go about teaching someone or making someone make a decision like that on their own. I don't know. Maggie has every right to be mad. Lori, she seems like she's on the fence about it, even though she was siding with Maggie at first. It's really screwy. The arguments between Andrea and Lori got pretty intense. With the main thing being that Andrea really isn't helping the women around the house. She's more so just kind of sitting on the RV and worrying about herself. And for the most part, that seems very true. But at the end of the day, she still is watching out for the group, for walkers that really don't appear like that anyways. But still, she's doing that. Interesting though that they went the route with Beth. They went the suicidal route as well, like what Andrea was dealing with earlier in season 1. I think suicide will be a continuing problem that reoccurs all the time in a show like this, because of the fact that, again, it's a really shitty world. It sucks big time. Literally, we got nobody else character-wise, though. It was literally Maggie, Andrea, Lori, Beth, and then the 3, Rick, Shane, and the guy that they took from the bar. That's it. There wasn't any Carl. There wasn't any T-Dog. There wasn't any Daryl, Carol, Herschel. Names were being mentioned, but nobody else showed up in the episode, which is interesting. We haven't really had an episode that focused on 2 stories going on. Obviously, the big story from this episode that obviously helped the episode become a 7-8 range for me is the sort of battle between Rick and Shane. I didn't think Rick was the kind of guy who had the balls to have a man-to-man conversation with someone like that intense. that demanding, that sort of, this is what it is. He basically was telling them, like, this is what it is. You're in or you're out, but you're not going to be disrespecting. You're not going to be a danger to me and my family. I will do anything to protect them. I can respect Rick for that. It got into a little fight scene. Seems like Shane has had enough. Wants to, go ahead and take Rick out. Again, it could have ended really bad. And knowing the kind of person Shane is, I can't say I didn't see it coming. There were moments that, Rick got the upper hand, but there were definitely moments where Shane had the upper hand. And I was very curious what or who, if anyone, would have, bit the bullet or, ended up dying right here in this episode. I think they would save something like that if there was to be something like that. I think they would save it for a season finale. I don't think they would have it mid season. Not something like that. That's too significant. That's too very important characters right now in the show. If something, were to be a little more dangerous for any of their lives, I think it would have happened in the season finale. We're 3 episodes away from that, so who knows? It seems like the relationship is going in the right direction now that Rick sort of discussed it. They had their fight. Rick saw 2 of the I don't know if they were security guards or if they were actual police officers. He saw them together, obviously walkers and dead. And it made him kind of sort of sit back and think about, this partnership, this brotherhood that you have with your partner. And so he went and rescued Shane in the situation he was in. I was just sitting there saying, like, man, you know how shitty that would have been if he would have let go of that front door, ran to the back, and then the back door didn't work and he couldn't get out? Or what if he would have mistimed his jump and straight ate fucking shit for trying to jump into the window and just completely misses? That would have sucked. But I mean, they got out of there. Rick hands him the gun, which to me, if somebody was trying to kill me, we got into a freaking crazy fight, I don't think I could hand a gun to someone like that. But Rick trusts him for whatever reason. He trusts Shane. Thinks that they have overcome, a really big conflict. And who knows, man? Who knows? It seems as though Shane is on board. I can't really tell. They kept they kept zooming in on Shane looking at the walker walking alone. I don't know if that's kind of sort of like a, them telling us that he's going to go on his own type of thing, or what necessarily is going on there. But still very interesting. They still have the guy from the bar. I mean, here in the summary, it's calling, they're calling it a prisoner. I guess they still have the prisoner or whatever. The crazy part is that the prisoner himself knows Maggie and went to school with Maggie, knows the father very well as well. So it's like, oh shit, he knows where the barn is. It doesn't matter how far we go out. If he gets to his group, they're coming for us. So it's weird, man. So it's one of those things where, like, Shane comes off very delusional at times and very arrogant. And I think a world like this will turn a lot of us into kind of, these heartless people like Shane is. But he's right sometimes, man. And I know some of you guys hate that I agree with him, or, really don't like the idea of, how Shane goes about things. But sometimes he makes good points, man. You got to do anything you can to survive. If this guy's a potential threat to your survival, he's got to go, man. I hate to say it like that, but it is true as can be. Shane is right, man. That man has to go. He's probably, you know what I mean? And Rick kind of sort of thought about it at the end too, where he was like, yeah, he does have to go in a sense. let me sleep on it and, you know, really think about it. But it seems like he's dead, and it sucks. You know, it's not giving the guy an opportunity to prove himself. And, you know, hey, I'm not what they were like. You just can't trust. And I got this gut feeling, man. Rick is going to trust this man and is going to come back and bite him on the ass, man. But who knows, man? Who knows? I enjoyed this episode, though. Still very slow. This season is very slow. For some odd reason, the stories are kind of somewhat draggy in a sense. But for some reason, I enjoyed this one. It got really, there were some really tense moments in it. I can appreciate that. I like the acting between both Rick and Shane, so that's always really good. Even the Andrea and Lori back and forth was really good as well. I don't know. I enjoy it. But like I said, I gave it a 7-8 range. Probably smack down in the middle, 7.5 or so. Really good moments. Still some dull moments, some boring, slow moments. But overall, a good episode. A good episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reactions over there. Episodes extra early over there as well. That being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace, guys.